Around 9 p.m. on Saturday, a fatal road traffic accident in the north claimed the life of a senior police officer and left another hospitalized with varying degrees of injuries to the face and body.
Somewhere around mile 76 and 77, they collided into a pickup truck driven at the time by an unknown person to the police, but we know that the occupants of that pickup were two persons, two males. Those persons made good their escape from the scene.
He was invited to accompany one of his co-workers. As a noble person, he did that. 6 minutes after our family was called that he was in an accident, in a terrible accident. In arriving, my family saw that he was trapped inside the vehicle, which is one of the worst traumatic events that we have witnessed. Yes.
Assistant Superintendent Fernando Neal was traveling in the front passenger seat with Constable Didier Clavel behind the steering wheel. They were heading to Belize City, where they are both stationed at Precinct 1 on King Street. But just before reaching the entrance to Concepcion Village on the Philip Golson Highway, a pickup truck crashed into them.
He still had pulse when he was retrieved. When I think my sister and my nephew arrived, he reacted. He started to breathe a little more, and eventually that's the reason he was taken back by the ambulance. But passing our village, San Joaquin, he passed away.
ASP Neal had been working with the department for 25 years and is a father of a son he shares with his wife of over 2 decades. Fortunately for PC Clavel, he survived the ordeal and is expected to recover. He has been with the department for more than 2 years.
He was cutting his chin. He cut his chin and damaged his solid dental part on his body, and he have only cutting his elbow. Well, I know exactly cut right around how you call it, like a fracture. His elbow, and well, apart from that, it's only the sources are all around his body, and yeah, but the most hard is the one where so from the chin, right? And
what are the doctors saying? Is his condition critical? Is he going to be okay?
He is going to be okay. He just needs to go and then surgery.
The driver of the pickup truck, who has since been identified as either Radiel Sanchez of San Roman Village, and another man fled the scene after the accident occurred. But Sanchez's passenger showed up at the Northern Regional Hospital for treatment of injuries he sustained. That's when the police were notified.
If you were involved in an accident, if you could render assistance, you might be able to save that person's life. No? So the moment you fled the scene of an accident, you lessen the chances of that person getting immediate attention that could be life-changing. No?
We are standing unofficially, because we don't have that official report. The person was intoxicated, and hard-working persons like him, I think the law is very, very lenient. In other countries, the law, you go to jail, or either you pay here in Belize just a fine. And I think that has to change. My brother died serving this country. And it's so painful to say that a person that is not drinking, a person that came drinking, will take his life.
Neal is remembered by his brother-in-law and friends. Armando Aban says that even though he was sick from taking his COVID-19 vaccine 2 days earlier, Neal was still heading to work on that tragic day.
He worked in Corozal, in Ladyville, Hattieville, Independence, Blue Creek, Belize City, Orange Walk. The amounts of messages and the amount of texts and calls that we are receiving, police officers arriving countrywide, giving respect to my sister, giving us the wonderful story. He was a leader. To my understanding, he would never, he was not a person who will rail up with a person. His staff, they treated him to the best.
Duane, Moody for News 5.